I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
Using the video game industry, specifically a company called BioWare, which is a subsidiary of Electronic Arts. It's kind of an important thing if you wish to have an economy here again. So through some inside reporting at a video game studio called BioWare, done some, I guess, real journalism done by two websites I enjoy, Smash JT and Endymion. They have some insiders at this company called BioWare, and they're reporting to these two YouTubers, modern day journalists, that the cult of BioWare is so woke and their video game sales are so poor for their latest video game launch, Dragon's Age Veilguard, that, you're not going to get that from the mainstream. They're not going to release the figures. And when you see a video game like Veilguard come out with all this woke horse shit, for those of us on the outside, we don't know, like, how bad is it on the inside? And the reports are coming in from insiders like it is a fucking nightmare. It is a racist, sexist place where white men are, purposely ignored. Everything, the positive, what was it? It was Concord, different studio. Toxic positivity. There's no constructive criticism. DEI reigns supreme. And I don't know if you really need to look under the hood to know the car don't work. I mean, you look at the shit products they're putting out, but you kind of wonder, you're kind of curious. So out comes these reports. And what I found real fascinating is how everyone is afraid to speak their mind, because if you do, the woke Nazis, and that's where the thought police will attempt to get you fired. And what's kind of interesting, although I can kind of understand it, is now BioWare is launching an internal investigation to find out who these leakers are, because a lot of people want to get them fired. And I guess proprietary, maybe you want to control your PR on a company and all that. But when you become a political entity, you're just politics all the time. And there's accusations yet to be determined. There could be an investigation. Accusations of rank discrimination against any group of people. I know you think it's okay to discriminate against straight white men, but it's not. That's illegal, as good as it feels. I was more fascinated where it's like people are afraid to speak their mind about losing their jobs. And then it dawned on me, you guys you're failing to assess the situation. And it's because you've been presented a false choice. Right. So let me explain this to you. And I'm not talking to the wokey ideologues. I'm not talking to the Nazis who are against free speech and the genuine fascists, I guess, if you want to go along the lines of like, well, you're not that type of person, so get the fuck out of here, that kind of thing. Whether you are a developer who is, I mean, you could be a leftist, you could be a Democrat, you just don't go along with it. But I'm thinking more the people in charge, more the people that let their company be taken over by leftist activists. You got to realize there is no choice, right? You've been given a false choice. And that is when DEI comes in, let me tell you how DEI kind of infests an organization. They go up to you and they give you this basically thinly veiled proposition. Hire us or we're going to sue you for discrimination. and said, so you're all a ballless, wonder nut, sackless, bag of fucks. You're all a bunch of Minnesotans like, oh my God, not accusations of the isms or the is. You collapse. You collapse. You cave, and then you invite Dracula into your house. And then you think, okay, good, we're not going to be sued for discrimination. See, we got the badge, we got a stamp of approval from a diversity consultant that came in. Until they start inviting their friends, and until their mentality ruled purely by the fear that you will you'll get sued, right? And then you'll lose your job. That's ultimate. Because like, if your company gets sued, technically, what do you care? Well, you care because if you get sued and you were the one who made the decision not to hire a bunch of woke activists, they'll accuse you of discriminations and phobes. And then the PR is going to be and then you will lose your job. Ultimately, at the end of the teeth that is in the thinly veiled threat is that you, manager of XYZ Corporation, will lose your job. All right. Because of bad PR. So you let them in. And now, like cancer, like a virus, it's in. You got a long battle to get rid of them. You're going to have to find them to get rid of them. And what they end up doing is taking over the entire entity through that threat that if you don't do this, we're going to sue you. If you don't hire my friend Becky, we're going to sue you. You don't want to be accused of the ists and the phobes, do you? And then being a typical ballless 102 IQ MBA. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, my goodness. Because people totally don't fakely accuse everyone of that every fucking minute of every fucking day. So you cave. And what was it? There's the law, Misham's law, bad currency drives out good. Gresham's law? Was it Gresham's law? I should know. I'm an economist, or was one at one time. You get bad people in there, the good people leave. Especially when you get rid of meritocracy and start hiring based off of discrimination and bigotry, which is what you do. By the way, the only form of non-discrimination is meritocracy, but that's for a different time. So they leave, and now you have a bunch of, I can't even say inferiorly talented people. That's not, you're hiring activists and community managers and a bunch of fat and red tape, non-producing business. Not that they're not programmed. They're not programmers at all. My favorite is diversity narrative consultants. Holy fucking not needed, Batman. Holy shit. And by that time, your organization is co-opted. And here's the false choice. Here's where you got to realize it was a false choice you were given. You're going to lose your job anyway. Because the company's going to go bankrupt. Go look at Firewalk. How many people working at Firewalk Studios? Oh, that's right. They're all fired because they made a shit woke product. And what this means to you guys, and I know how corporate management is. You are truly 101 IQ people. You are good, obedient, little mindless robots. You're MBAs, bro. MBA, do a popular thing now, bro. Path of least resistance, bro. But you don't understand. This is why I bring in the Danegeld. You've been given the Danegeld proposition by the Vikings. They say, what the hell is that? It's like, that's all right. I understand if you went to college in modern day America, you don't know what that is because you're not educated, right? So the Vikings were, doing their thing, raisening and pillaging, because we can't say adult words because of you people. They were raisening and pillaging, and they would come across, I think it was maybe Denmark. It could have been Britain. I don't know. I don't have a master's degree in history. And the king would said, we'll pay you gold. The Danes meaning I believe it was the Vikings they're referring to, not the country of Denmark, because I believe the Danes were Vikings. Tell me if I'm wrong here, European people. And it was basically, what is it? Not hush money. It was paying insurance to the mafia. It was a shakedown. Don't raisin and pillage my kingdom. Here's some Danegeld, gold for the Danes. They bribed the Vikings not to destroy their city, essentially. And then the Vikings took their money and said, oh, well, that guy, King Fritz, that was I didn't think about resorting to nonviolence. King Fritz must be listening to Stefan Molyneux, nonviolence. We negotiated in a very libertarian way. King Fitz came out and says, look, I'll give you this gold if you leave us alone. Oh, you know what? King Fitz is a swell fella. Let's us Vikings not come here next year. Nope, sure as shit, they come back again. Why? They didn't lose a fucking body. They didn't lose one Viking. They just got free money. And they got and then the saying was, see, and they come and demand more tribute. They demand more Danegeld. And it's something, I think the saying was, those who pay in the Danegeld never get rid of the Danes, which leads me to believe the Danes were the Vikings. But you don't understand. If you can get raised and pillaged, right? You could fight the Danes. You could tell them to fuck off, all right, and stand a shot at surviving. But you are going to incur damage, or you could keep paying them and you're enslaved forever. Either way case, you lose. But the only way you win that is if you fight. Now, here's where my history gets even worse. Was it the Normans and the broadswords? Somehow the British Isles figured a way to beat the Vikings. But the false presentation to you, the false choice presented to you, managers of all companies, not just video games, just using this as an example, is that if you hire them and you consult with them and contract the Danegelds, these DEI whores and shills and shakedowners, and that's what they fucking are, your company isn't going to be saved. You just let the infection in. And now they're going to fuck up your product. Look at what happened. I mean, there's many examples. Harley Davidson, Bud Light. The video game industry provides many examples because there's always a new video game, a new product coming out. Disney, all right? You let woke activists into your ranks, and now the products are woke. And it turns it into shit. And then no one wants to buy your product. And then guess what? You lose money. And then once you lose money, you get fired because there ain't no money. Some companies can pull it off for a while. Disney's a perfect example. They have a completely different subsidiary that brings in billions in profits, their theme parks, and can keep afloat their movie industry. So the movies can keep losing money. But any other company that doesn't have a massive operation that subsidizes these losses, they will face running out of money. Now, I don't think the wokies realize that. I don't think they go that far in the strategy like, we'll milk them until they run out of money. I think they actually are mentally ill people who actually think they could convince the regular American public to like politics, in this case, leftist politics, in their fun, which nobody likes any politics in their fun. They are psychopathic and completely wedded to the idea that they will get the rest of the world to like what they do. And if you don't, you're called ists and phobes and you just hate women and all that other shit. But to you, the managers, this is no different than the Danes coming in and saying, we're going to either pillage you or you pay us the Danegeld. And it's no different than Dracula saying, let me into your house. The only way you keep your job is you tell these DEI assholes to fuck off. You say, no. We hire the best people. And we do have minorities and women and other disadvantaged groups. But no, fuck out of here, Dracula. And you know what? You got a fight on your hands. There's no doubt about it. There'll be a PR nightmare. They'll come out like, oh my God, XYZ Corporation hates the X group of people. And that's your moment in time where they're going to have balls and stand up for it. This is your only way to keep your job significantly long term. Now, I would say you just ignore them. And here's why. Let me give you a little bit of hope. It is so over with the American people. The American people are so over the professional whiners and victim whores. Nobody actually likes Jesse Jackson, if you remember him. All right? Nobody likes these woke people. And whether you like the fact or not, Trump's election and kind of the sweeping of the House and the Senate kind of proves that. I don't think people voted for Trump necessarily because they like Trump. He's not really, I mean, he's charismatic, but I don't find him a terribly likable guy. They were voting against having trans gay time story hour to little 5-year-olds. They don't like the trans song in Nickelodeon. They don't like actual racism, bigotry, sexism, and other forms of discrimination. And I think more than it's not even political. They're sick and tired of having politics put in their fucking fun. I don't want what Harley Davidson rider wanted a DEI woke shit going on. They just want a bike. that breaks down so they can fix it on the side of the road, as is per Harley tradition. That's a joke for those of you who are because Harley motorcycles break down a lot, unlike Japanese motorcycles. If you want to be a motorcyclist, like where you ride your motorcycle, drive a Japanese bike. If you want a piece of shit that breaks down all the time, get a Harley. Oh no, the 65-year-old overweight boomers who like ride trikes now might beat me up. Okay. Go wear some more black and orange, buddy. I'm telling you right now, your only way out of this, where you stand a shot at keeping your job, is to tell them to fuck off. And I think you don't have to worry about, oh my God, we are accused of the is and the isms. So is everybody else in America, and Americans are sick of it. Americans are fucking had it. And so what? Woke leftist organization filled with millennial professional activists accuse Company X of being Islamophobic. Okay, and the sun rose in the east. No one cares anymore. No, you might actually get more people to sign up. You might actually get, oh wow, that the lefties don't like you. You'll get probably some more people. But that's your only way, because if you let them in, they will ruin your product. And now the latest thing with BioWare Veilguard, it looks like it's going to be a financial failure. We won't know. EA, you got to publish those figs? We will see the figs? Where's the figs, bro? Bro! I think there's a pretty good shot they're going to shut down BioWare. They got one more video game coming out. I guess some of the same writers who were working on Veilguard are going to go over there and spread their... It's not even Marxist leftist horse shit. It's middle school girl writing drama, teenage romance shit. With, yes, multiple gender relationship. Just watch videos here. You want to see what you want to see what's going to happen over at Mass Effect? You want to see the virus spread? Just go watch excerpts from Veilguard. Veilguard excerpts. Go watch. You'll be like, what the fuck is this? But at the end of the day, how many people at Firewalk Studios kept their job? Right? It's closed, right? You guys are all done. Are you learning to code? Oh wait, you guys kind of... Oh wait, half of you probably didn't. You're all diversity activists who wanted to sit on committees and have those TikTok, or not TikTok life, the TikTok video of life as a tech girl. I got some biscotti and then went over here. Oh, hey, how's the unemployment line? Now, half the people, not most of the people, I guess. I mean, we'd have to poll people, I guess. But if your organization has been taken over by woke activists, because somebody earlier ago let them in, and now the project is being ruined, it has politics smeared all over it. Right? Yeah, now you got to fire them all. You got to lay them all off, and you have to be ring and super hypersonic ring. But going forward, I understand the only way out is to tell them no. Have what I think you're going to find out to be a lot less damaging PR fight in the public sphere. Here's another good thing. I know you hate conservative, libertarian, simply not Democrat internet influencers. We're the real journalists now. We're not going to be as harsh on you. Right? And we don't, for the love of God, don't take the wrong lesson, you fucking 10Q MBA fuckwits. We don't want you making conservative religious life Jesus. I'm trying to think who's a hated. Jesus fights Bernie Sanders action game. We don't want that. We don't want any politics in our game. None. No politics, no religion. None of it. We want fun shit, so don't go the other direction. But before you could go to that other direction, realize you're going to have to stand and fight and tell these DEI woke leftist assholes to get the fuck out of here. Tell Dracula to fuck off. Tell the Danes, yeah, we're polishing up our broadswords. Fuck out of here. Don't pay him the Danegeld. Don't let him into the city. There will be a fight, but I think you're going to win it. Because the other option is you're going to lose anyway because you're whatever. Your division's going to be shut down. No one's going to buy you shit. You're all going to get laid off anyway. And so you might as well fight. And then, as I said before, alluded to before, it's not going to be that bad. Racist and sexist doesn't mean anything anymore. People are sick and tired of it, and you don't have the established media anymore to come in there and give you bad PR. Whether you like him or not, Elon Musk, he'll take you on, not unless you go the other extreme, like, I don't like them Jewish fellas. All right, he probably won't take. But I wouldn't worry. The day of the mainstream media is over. The day of the woke Twitter mobs is over. I mean, you don't have to worry about the pushback because people are probably going to push back on the right side on the people pushing back on you. And if I know those old fuddy-duddies in the 40s and 50s, those stupid people who put us on the moon, those stupid, I don't trust anyone over 50, man. I'm a boomer. Trust me, I got my MBA. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion at the dinner table. Like, how fucking stupid were you to align with the left on marketing? Was that what the cool, hip, edgy kids said, bro? I guess it's one thing, like, you market Just Cause to the millennials. It's a video game. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to ride my motorcycle and bring it to the system, man. We had that in our day, too. We had a cartoonish band called Rage Against the Machine, and they were so down with capitalism as they made millions of dollars. Yeah, man, stick it to. Oh, wait, the system makes all the fucking money. They produce all the fucking shit. Oh, crap. I got to get a job. I mean, I can't just be like, oh, no, okay, never mind. That shit is over. Right? So if you're worried about the PR disaster, don't worry about it. I think you have a lot less to be worried about. But just take the basic fucking rule. A good product at a fair price, and it hasn't have any fucking politics in it. And when someone asks you about your politics, well, my God, you don't say anything. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to respond to these fucking idiots. You could be like the Trump administration. They just, oh, fuck you. Oh, you're leftist media. Fuck off. Fuck off, CNN. Fuck you. Oh, no, Z. A 23. Do you guys remember? Let me show you the assholes. Let me show you this little spineless little piece of shit Viking that came up with a smarmy little, like a little fucking virus. Do you remember? This is like 10 years ago. NASA had a satellite out there. It's some probe. And it completed its main mission. And they said, well, what are we going to do with it now? We still got communication with it. It's still got some juice in the tank. What should we do with it? And they say, hey, these nerdy guys that none of you girls would ever want to date. These nerdy guys said, hey, this is an asteroid within shot of this thing. We could sling it around. Let's try and land that thing on an asteroid. And you girls are like, ew, it's so boring. I'm going to go to a nightclub. He didn't say bottle service. So anyway, these nerds continued on with being great. And they said, yeah, let's do that. NASA said, do that. And so the main nerd that was in charge, he had a Hawaiian shirt and had Hawaiian pinup girls on it. Right. And so he's trying to land the thing and he does it. I guess he's the captain of the satellite. They land it on a fucking asteroid in this virus. And that is the perfect world for this worthless human being. This virus asks him, what's with the sexist shirt you got on? And now this guy, he's a nerd. He's never seen girls before in his life. He starts crying. I'm sorry. Never mind that the woman, I think it was a lesbian woman actually, who made him the shirt. Like, it wasn't something he bought. A friend of his who happened to be a lesbian woman made him the shirt, gave it to him. Because this was back when straight people and not straight people were kind of cool with each other. Like, yeah, we like girls with tits. Sure, that's a cool Hawaiian shirt. This little fucking young zillennial gonna save the world piece of shit type came in, and this became a fucking thing. And it went, the guy got you, oh my God, do you hate women's sexism in NASA? With a fucking like 93 IQ journal major, who probably, if we looked her up, is a fucking nobody now, talking to a fucking genius who lands a goddamn satellite on an asteroid in a post-game show. Dude, tell these vermin to fuck off. They're going to super hypersonic and you say, fuck, did you see the guy with the fucking pompadour, the hat, the hair? One of Trump's new nominated people. I don't know for what. The lady said, "Oh, you said something about, I think there was a protest at a Planned Parenthood clinic." He says, "Yeah, it's just a bunch of ugly, fat feminists." And she says, "You said they're a bunch of ugly, fat feminists." He says, "Yeah." And she says, "Well, they were offended." And he's like, "Good. I hope they were offended." That's the fucking shit. Tell these assholes, tell these viruses to fuck off. And then when they and it ain't going to be as bad as the siege from the Vikings, all right? They're just going to they're going to say the is and the isms and the phobe, and you're going to say, yeah, we've heard it a million times before, but if we let you dipshits in, you're going to just shit all over the product and make it crap. Nobody's going to want to buy it. Sorry, thank you. We'll keep our profitability and our jobs. That's it. That's the hollow threat. DEI comes in and says, or any leftist victimhood type of thing. If you don't let us in, we're going to accuse you of the ist and the ism. It's like, if I let you in, we're going to be bankrupt anyway. So I'll take my chances with the PR nightmare you're going to throw our way. You go ahead. And matter of fact, you guys might want to sue back. You might want to fight back and say, that was a shakedown. Here's the email exchanges we got. You got Kim Belair, if you're wondering, well, who's the gal on there? Kim Belair, sweet baby. She's up there saying, well, if they get rebuked, you say, well, we're going to go after your marketing. You let them know. I mean, I'm paraquoting. Go watch the video. It's up there. Well, it's nothing short of a shakedown. Oh, that's your business tactics, eh, lady? I know the rank and file are just sheep. And I know the managerial class, you're a bunch of conformist, MBA-laden pussies. I know you don't have a spine. You're not going to have a business soon. You won't. Because your boss isn't these fucking shakedown whores and political ideologues and activists. Your boss is the fucking consumer, the American people, who, whether you like it or not, sexy or not, are generally kind of normal, boring people. You know? I would just want my, think of the average person who wants coffee. They want coffee. Might be Democrat, might be Republican, might not give a shit. They walk into Starbucks, and Starbucks gives them a cup, says, let's have a conversation about race. Fuck you. Fuck you. And God, Americans are voting with their wallets. All right. You already see it happening with Veilguard. You saw it happen with Concord. You saw it happen with a whole bunch of other video games that came out. You see it in Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood, keep mouthing off. Keep you fucking losers. Keep mouthing off. And by the way, keep making shit product. What is it? Didn't Disney? I love how Disney now forces one of their actresses who was saying, I hate people who vote Trump, maybe even threatening like they should die. She's got an upcoming movie. And then Disney, well, you should apologize. Dude, it's fucking over. Who's going to watch your shit? Not only is it very apparent y'all hate your average American person, you're not going to deliver them anything they want. Why? Because you've been taken over by ideologues, not practical employees who are like, oh, we should make the best product at the fairest price. Like, am I going to have... Okay, now that I think about it, this would be pretty cool. Okay? Target, I don't think anyone's going to... I am not saying you shouldn't occasionally celebrate, not Black History Month. No one gets a fucking month. You get a weekend, you get a day, right? I don't want Gay Pride Month. Like Gay Pride Day, maybe a week because they have fun. How about that? Why hasn't someone come up with this? This has nothing to do with it. Is it someone, not me? To celebrate Gay Pride Month, somebody in the toothpaste industry, because I get Aquafresh extra mint or extra fresh, and it's got a pattern to it when it comes out. It's white and orange. It's pretty cool, but I like it because it's a good toothpaste. Well, wait, if you can dye the toothpaste, can't you have rainbow colored toothpaste? And that's a kind of a thing in Gay Pride Week. Who wouldn't? I go get that. God, it's a rainbow. Look at that. I mean, it's got to be, don't put sugar in it. Don't make it a good toothpaste on top of it. I don't think anyone would complain about that. I'm going to get myself the gay toothpaste because it's fucking fun. But when it's your only fucking thing, like if I spit out toothpaste and out comes sawdust that's rainbow colored and it doesn't do, but it's gay. I'm like, well, I'm not getting this toothpaste anymore. And then you're right there, you're racist or phobic because you don't like the sawdust tooth. Fuck off. Fuck off. And that's why I'm trying to implore to middle management and upper management. You know, you 102, 103 IQ people with your MBAs, you know, guys, the threats are hollow. All right. And just tell them to fuck off. Focus your efforts on making a good product at a fair price. I'm not saying don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day or Cinco de Mayo or Martin Luther King's birthday, but don't make it your fucking product and don't let these assholes in. But, hey, if you're all buddy, like you actually believe, hey, the Vikings are here, we really like them, let them in. Don't complain when your town is destroyed. Don't complain when no one buys your product. And they're not. It's already happening. They're like, oh, we think it's not. No, it's already happening. It'd be a miracle. Again, we got to get audited figures. And, you know, you let us know, Electronic Arts. You let us know how you let us know how Dragon Age is how this trial balloon is floating. But it's already the future is now. We're here. You're not making money. Woke doesn't sell. Politics don't sell. And maybe I can't get the current generation of managers to realize that. Maybe you guys are like, you actually believe that in business school. Oh, but we got to suck the diversity dick. It's more important than profits. We need ESG. You know what? Have a trans person sell diet beer to fat white guys who watch football. It's a brilliant fucking move. Fine. What is unsustainable will not be, and you're all going to lose your jobs anyway. But there is no future where you sell woke shit in your product, in an inferior product, I might add, and that makes money and you still keep your jobs and you're still in business. It won't happen. It is not right. You're all about sustainability, right? Well, and that's why I really don't think the number of people, especially in America, they don't think 2 steps ahead. It's all, you're like the underpants gnome. Step 1, steal underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. I am shocked. I guess it's like people who, it's like dieting, I guess. You just are failing to diet. Hey, you're fat and you're going to lose, you're risking diabetes, or you are diabetic, you need to lose weight. And they just keep eating. And then I'll say, we got to amputate your foot. Whoa! What did you think was going to happen? Does anyone in corporate America think more than 2 steps ahead? And by God, if there's a time for you all to entrench and turn around and tell DEI and the true racist, sexist, homophobe, whatever, bigots in America to fuck off, this is the time. You got Trump in office, all right? You got Americans generally behind you. I would even dare to say the majority if you can believe this, the majority of Democrats, including people who aren't straight, probably are sick of the fucking shitty video games. They probably want a good video game. They're probably sick of, look. Okay, another idea. I was going to say, a piece of cheese on my Big Mac, that's a pride flag. And I'm thinking like, no, that'd actually be pretty cool too. Pride burgers. I think if you could dye the cheese, you're putting so much chemicals into it anyway. McDonald's, no one gives a fuck, but leave the bun out. Look at that. Like, okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Okay. That'd actually be that'd be a fun product we'd all like. I'm going to guess the majority of not straight people in America are kind of sick of the token lip service and not an increase in the quality of the product, let alone a lowering of the price. I think they're sick of the shitty movies too. So I just want to let you know, when the DEI Dracula comes knocking at your door, when the Vikings come sailing up to your harbor, your only option is tell them to fuck off. All right? And there's already a fight on your hands. Right? But there is no way where you let them in and you keep your job long term. There isn't. So tell them to fuck off, fight a little bit, and hopefully keep your job and your business. That's it. And if you guys can't stand up to a political fucking group of activists who have no intention or no concern about your long-term profitability, fuck you. You deserve to go bankrupt. You deserve to be forced the fuck down. And other companies and other countries who don't have their metaphorical arms tied behind their back will provide us superior products. What, is anyone watching? Is anyone watching Hollywood? Is anyone watching you guys? I'm not kidding. I'm watching Gintama, Japanese production. Why is anyone going to the movies? Anyone buying your shit? Hey, Bud Light, did you recover your sales? Oh, you didn't recover your sales. Okay. You weren't woke enough. Wonder what happened to Calvin Klein, where they had the ugly people, the guy who was pregnant posing in an adult diaper. Not joking. Look it up. Did that help Calvin Klein? All right. Linkbull is a link to all my shit. Books, courses, and not the internet influencer books. Yeah, I did it long before it was a thing. Asshole Consulting predates all these online consultations. Go look it up. My Subscribe Star podcast, which is called the Road Trip Podcast, where I'm just so polite. And actually, because it's Russian, I can actually curse and use horrible language on there. Dre, $5. Oh, by the way, Istonphobes, Dre's black. He's my token black man. My token black friend. I went to the Black Friend catalog and I looked it up. I say, I need a guy you got anything over 6 feet tall? What about Marines? You got any Marines over 6 feet tall? There he was, Dre. Oh, I'll have the Dre. Give me the Dre model. Well, yes, sir. It'd be $43.73. And then, see, I got Dre. So he's my token black friend. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 added skill-based damage in addition to their bad skill-based matchmaking. AKA, if you're do too good, game gets worse for you. Oh, okay. So it's not a level playing field. They handicap you like something Benedict Algeron. The story where they handicap the really good people and boost up everybody else. So another reason not to buy Black Ops 6. What their campaign was, I heard it's like 6 hours. Dude, I'm not buying a permission slip to play video games online. All right? Give me a fucking campaign. Look at the boomer. Look at the video game industry fucking going into bankruptcy. Dre, $2. Word is people who make Call of Duty hate the players and guns. I thought that was Halo, where they're saying they didn't want to make. No, it was Concord. The people at Firewalk Studios didn't like guns, but here they are in a first person. They're designing a first person shooter, which requires guns. Fine, you know what? Fine. Hey, look, you don't want it, then buy. Well, bye. Don't who's in charge? What's the studio? Who does Call of Duty? Six Studio. Who's doing that? Treyarch and Raven. Oh, Activision. Okay, yeah. So that's Microsoft, right? Activision was bought by Microsoft, or is it Blizzard Activision? Are they still? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, here, let me explain something to you, AAA video game people. Not the players, I'm talking your industry cannot survive large corporate management with NBA needle dicks and woke employees. You will not survive. You cannot survive incompetent management and shit product. Have fun. Drew, $2. Only state Dems wondering Reagan was Minnesota. Yeah, fun fact. Man, all you people who weren't alive for the 80s, I'm so sorry you missed Reagan, man. It was a good time. It was a great time to be alive. It was wonderful. Drew, $2. Do you think the left will change after the election? Oh, no. Now, what you'll have is you're going to have kind of like the Tulsi Gabbards and the JFK. I mean, Trump was a Democrat at one time. I think you're going to have your moderate Democrats, and I think traditional-minded people skewing disproportionately immigrant families who still believe in God, or that maybe, your 13-year-old daughter shouldn't have the right to cut her tits off according to the teachers of California, or whatever fucking horse shit crap they got going on. I think is the classic case of the Democrat Party left them. They didn't leave the Democrat Party. And, I know it's boring. Some people just want to raise their family, have a sexy spouse, have a good stable job, and they don't give a fuck about they don't want politics and they don't want like classic example. You know what everybody wanted? Indiana Jones, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know what they didn't want? Indiana Jones getting fucked in the ass with the dildo by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's the difference. So the professional left won't, because the professional left is 100% completely controlled and dictated to by their fear of work. So they will always demand more money. They will always be the crusaders, and we're going to save the planet and help out black men and help out Hispanic females and the ists and the phobes. I mean, what you think people in the View? You think the women of the View are going to change? Do you think what Rachel Maddow is going to, hey, you know what? I've been doing some. I mean, Bill Maher, who I have no respect for, at least he will entertain a different idea. But no, they're leftists. That's all they got in life. They don't have love. They don't have work. They don't have a profession. They don't have a career. At best, they're in the media. And and you can win, you can make money. Or you're really lucky, like Tits Cortez, who gets elected to Congress, and then you're a professional politician. But for every one of them, there's 1,000 nobodies who will never make money. I mean, look at a lot of these people here that I had up. I should have thrown Alyssa Mercanti into that. Look her up. I think she's like going back to OnlyFans or something now. Like she's going back to posting pictures for guys, monetizing her body because she got laid off, or there was layoffs at the firm she worked for. So no, these people, because they're not going to learn to become accountants. They're not going to say, you know what? Everyone who follows our advice ends up fucking miserable and poor. Maybe we've been wrong this entire. No, they got to double down because they don't want to work real jobs. Arkady Aitken, our Ashkenazi Jewish agent in the field, $10. Blind meritocracy is the only way to go and benefit both the employers and the employees. This is why capitalism works in the first place. Here's an even simple thing. Shit products don't sell. Right? And if you make a shit product, and you employed a bunch of diversity hires, well, guess who gets laid off? Diversity hires. Ask anyone involved in the latest trilogy with Star Wars. All those actors and actresses, disproportionately minority, unless it's the gal played Rey, their careers are fucking destroyed. You didn't help those people. Like The Acolyte. Anyone remember any of the actors or actresses on that? I don't. I just remember several of them mouthed off about racist white men. Oh, fuck you. Rachel Zegler? Telling Trump people to fuck off and die. I don't know if she said die. I don't know, but she told them to fuck off. No. You need obedient, professional people, Hollywood or the best in program, whatever it is, who shut the fuck up about where you get to talk about voting? The voting booth. How about that? And then you shut the fuck up, especially if you're a public figure. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only look. And then, okay, we don't need movies. We really don't. We really don't need video games. We need safe planes. There's speculation, not proof, that Boeing's accidents as of recent might have been caused by some DEI. That I'm like, you got to investigate that. You can't just say that. What else? I don't know. I don't want DEI on my gas. I want the gas refined correctly. I don't want my engine destroyed. I don't want DEI bridges. I don't know. I don't want a DEI surgeon. I'm not. I'm going for, I even did a tweet. I want the oldest, most pissed off white guy. And someone said, who served in Vietnam? I'm like, who served in Vietnam? I want that guy. 856, $5. Are you going to watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson tonight? Who you got? No one. If I guess I put it on Mike Tyson. I hope they both make a ridiculous amount of money off of everyone watching it. I hope they make a gobsmack of money. If I had to try, I hope Mike wins, obviously. harkening back to the 80s. Paul Navarre, $5. I know you never spend this much on a car, but hypothetically speaking, how much money would you have to have in order to buy a $300,000 car? When I'm going down, I thought 10 million, but then I'm thinking like I would probably spend my money on other things if I had 10 million and a 300. I would have to, I'm a $300,000 car, like 25 million. There's a lot of people I'd help before I'd buy a $300,000. I could do a lot with 10 million. I don't think after I would have things to spend my $10 million on. Non-material things like showing up my finances, buying property overseas, shit like that, and then helping out people I know who need it. $300,000 car, dude. There's a kid who's struggling who could use. There's 10 kids struggling who could use $30,000 to go get their degree in engineering. I don't know if I'd ever buy a $300,000 car. I really wouldn't. Yeah. Boy, we're talking like $50 million now. I just want to get it. No. Drew, $2. Hopefully Trump will try to stop DEI. No, he's going to have to. Well, look, the consumer is going to stop DEI. I mean, it's always going to be there. You're always going to have the trait whores and pimps. Oh, I'm born this way. I hate the people not born this way. Disadvantage. Give me money. That's never going away because it's old hat. And Trump doesn't get elected next time, or Vance doesn't get elected, then the new Democrats will come in. They'll reinstitute DEI. Ultimately, what will happen is, bridges fall, movies flop, video games sit on the shelves because people aren't buying woke DEI shit. You mind, is it just DEI? It's political, which is why, look, wouldn't it be sad if, okay, we scare the piss out of the left. This left says, oh, okay, we won't keep trying to stick leftist horse shit up your ass anymore. But then they go the other way and it's Christian propaganda or nuclear family. Just come on and do the right thing, gang. And wouldn't that be just as bad? What's telling to me is that the American people, especially those in charge, do not understand the simple concept of stop fucking up shit with politics. Or they don't understand the simple concept of a good product at a fair type. They will cut the cost of a product down to the point it doesn't work anymore. They will. And then no one will go there anymore. Like StreamYard. StreamYard got bought out by some private equity group. Now they're going to improve it and it's going to turn to shitification. So what's going to happen? And we'll just go somewhere. And then I think what will happen is the day will come, people will just stop buying shit altogether and get by with what they can. Because it's not even worth your time to go out to go get some windshield wipers that break. It's just going to be, no, we're done. And then there'll be a bunch of shit we get in from China and local shit made here. It's just going to go straight to the dump. And what will happen is it's going to have to take, it's going to take someone to point out the emperor has no clothes with money. Elon Musk or some, I don't know, conservatives, you're the banking money types. Where the fuck is the money? Do you need me to head up a fucking software division that creates a video game with a bunch of girls with tiggle bitties and lots of guns and fun? and it is unashamedly fun and likes beautiful women and has fun gunplay and is violent. Something like that. Where they just, and then all of a sudden everyone buys it because it kind of happened with Stellar Blade a little bit. It needs something big. We need a video game or a movie that is actually really good and really fun and everybody likes it. I don't see that happening. It's a wide open fucking market. Wide open. If you have the means and the money, I don't know how to run a company or a movie studio. Hopefully Critical Drinkers movie does really well. It's going to take several years, but you need to offer now's your time, capitalists. Those of you with money. Elon Musk Be the only person doing it. Here's your time. It's wide open. Do you know how much money an old school Caddyshack movie, except with 80s tits, would work? Do you know what? If go grab Mel Gibson. I mean, they're coming up with Lethal Weapon again. Maybe that might work. But the American consumer, the global consumer, is not going to consume it anymore. That's what's going to end DEI. Christian Patton, $2. Should I participate in 401k that's not matching? I'm going to say no. And the reason why is because then, like a 401k, when you quit that job, which inevitably you will, you're going to have to do something with it. If you got an IRA, that's yours permanently. You don't have to move it. And you get the same benefits as a 401k. So I would, and I'm sure, I almost guarantee you the 401k your employer is offering probably doesn't have as many selections. It's probably offered through whatever, Vanguard or Charles Schwab or whoever, State Street Advisors. And then you're going to have to buy the State Street Advisors funds. You're probably not getting the best deal. I go set up an IRA through a discount brokerage, probably like Vanguard or something. Nonstop Dre, $2. Power Walking Life Coach Appreciation Month for Cappy. No, I don't know. No. Yeah, that's one. You need a group. Pissed Off Gen Xer Month. There you go. Everyone get behind that. Where everyone, it'd be like Festivus, where we go around and tell people what we really think about in them, insult them. Drew, $2. I left the woke DEI asylum and I'm much happier. Good for you. Ken Rose, he says hi for $5. Hi, Ken. Doc Paradox, $2. Power Walking Life Coach Appreciation. No. Pissed Off Gen Xer Month. Right? And you can't, only the purest of the pure Gen Xers can participate. Like if your parents are married, like your parents not got divorced, nope, you can't participate. You are not a real Gen Xer unless your parents got divorced. You are disqualified. Go join the boomers or some. You can't come into this club. You're not elite enough. What else? I think that'd be, we'll have cynical competitions. They see you could be the most cynical. I don't know how we test that. Don't give a fuck competitions. We'll figure it out. We'll crown someone king and queen. It'll be like prom. There'll be a king and queen of Gen X month, right? But it won't be this, oh, let's grab the kid who's got Down syndrome or the ugly girl and make them that because we're such edgies. What is it? Alphas now? Zoomers, young Zoomers. Wow. That's only been going on for 15 years now. Oh, you got to grab the kid with Down syndrome, make him prom queen. Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're so good. Yeah. All right. Like, no, it's like, you got to do a bench press and who can run the fastest still. You know, women who's still good looking. You got you take old fake biddies. All right. You know what? To further refine, to make sure you're true Gen X, not only do your parents have to be divorced, you can't be divorced, right? You never had to get married, but if you're married, you're still married. You can't repeat the mistake that the boomers did. That means you didn't learn anything as Gen X. That's what I think. Your parents have to be divorced, and you cannot be and never have been. Drew, $2. Do you think DEI consultants are done? No, I don't think they're done. I actually think they will see a resurgence because here's how I think it's going to go down. They're going to get stamped racism, bigotry free. They're going to have the DEI consultants come in. They're going to force all their employees to take it. That way, they inoculate themselves against lawsuits. Say, no, look, we had the DEI consultants come in, not our fault. It ultimately is still a shakedown by any group that claims to be victimhood, because now you've created the opportunity for people to come in and do consultations and, oh yeah, they passed the test and we did a test and everyone signed and they did the thing. So that's never, same thing with like sexual harassment consultants. That's, I'm sure people who are lawyers, or I'm sure there's someone, because that's been going on since what, the late 80s, so almost 30, certainly 30 years, 35 years. I'm sure someone in the Anita Hill days came up with that. Very clever person, has made a lifetime career looking at retirement very comfortably. So it'll be there. It's really more of an issue. Are you going to let them in your rank and file? And then especially in the creative industries, are you going to give them the reins? Are you going to let it affect So you're looking more like an actual DEI department. Fuck out of here with that shit. Right? That's gone. I think those people are going to get fired and laid off. But if your company has that, it's over. HR, it's over. Infecting marketing, it's over. But I think in order to survive, these companies are going to get more savvy, say, no, we're not hiring the DEI shit anymore. We're canning that operation. We're going to have consultants come in, contractors, right? 1099 superior race. They're not going to be W-2s. They come on, they give us our goody boy points, stamp of approval, not bigoted. And that protects us against lawsuits. I also think that they're going to start shipping shit over to like Dubai or Japan or wherever people don't give a shit about this professional victim whoring to get their actual shit done. I actually think that's going to happen. And then the United States is just going to keep on proving itself unemployable drama king and queens and professional victim whores that be like, no, we're not setting up shop in the United States. I mean, it's already happening in California now. They're moving out animation to Canada. Everyone's leaving California. I mean, there's other reasons to do that too. But I don't think the consultants are done. No. Departments, yes, but not consultants. Dre, $2. You can get shadow ban on Black Ops 6 via mass reporting. Okay, cool. Fine. Go ahead. Do it. Make your product. Have a whole video about leave women alone. Let them be. Respect the decision. Stop bothering them. Stop trying to let people make the decision. Joseph Casano, relatively new guy, $5 again. 24 in February, went through hell and COVID supporting toxic jobless dad. Why did you do that? Let your dad starve. Why? Why? Dude, if my parents came up to me, we need your help. Like, you need help moving something? Or what do you mean you need my help? Like, you need help because you're old and you need me to, like, redo the floor? Yeah, I can help out with it. If they ever came up, like, that's funny. That's really funny. 1.5 years left accounting degree, no debt. How behind am I? You're ahead. You're way ahead. The fact you have no debt means you're way ahead. And you're 23 now. Yeah, you're way ahead of your peers. Yeah. Matter of fact, years ahead of your peers. The fact you're not a whiny little professional victim bitch. Like, yeah, I got to work. And the fact you are making decisions based in the real world and not an ideal world that dipshit Democrat teachers lied to you about. Yeah, you're way ahead. I mean, you do know the average millennial at like 38 years of age is still complaining about student loan bailouts, right? Doc Paradox 10. You know people. Have you seen the old people's dating sites our time? Are you a delusional boomer who after 3 divorces still think you're going to find love, male or female? The fact you're not delusional, kid, means you're way ahead of everyone else. Doc Paradox, $10. Project Evil idea. Power Firewalk Power Firewalk Studios. We advertise but do not make all the DEI games except Everyone's Straight and or Amish. What would a Amish come in? Why would I don't know. Hey, it'd be better than having a leftist. No fault advertising because no pre-sales. It's all lulls, ad money. Let me take a look. Is Firewalk Studios still up? Like, is their website still? It's still up, really? Oh, it switched over to it just goes to PlayStation.com. I like the Scottish guy. Oh no, what happened? What? Oh no, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Oh no. Oh, and it's in Firewalk, they all shut down just in time for winter in Washington State. They're in Seattle, north of Seattle. How is that going? You looking for jobs now? Looking for jobs? You told us to fuck off and die. You told us we're all Hitler, and now you don't have a job? Oh, well, what's going to happen to BioWare? BioWare is, I guess it's up in Edmonton. I was half tempted because I got a little bit of time. If they were down in America somewhere, I was going to go down to BioWare with a big old sign like, your games suck. That's all I was going to do. Your games suck. but they're in Edmonton. I don't know. That's an idea for Canadians. Canadians, are you sick and tired of DEI woke shit? Somebody in Edmonton, just go up there. Your games are woke trash. That'd be great. You'd make the news. Mark Magana, $2. Howdy, Mark. JJJS 279. Emergency fund after 2020 shenanigans, 1 to 2 years. Oh no, you don't need 1 to 2 years. JJJS, 6 months is enough, and by that time you should start being like, get your silver, precious metals, get a little position in that. If you're really worried about an emergency fund, go buy some freeze-dried food. Your basic food, clothing, shelter. Shelter, that's gonna kind of depend. Clothing, I mean, I don't know. There's plenty of clothing to go around. I'd be more about the food. Like if you're really worried. Yeah, 2 years is. You're also. I mean, you could have a fund that serves both the purpose of micro FU emergency fund and money for down payment on a house, and that just grows and grows and grows. So yeah, I mean, you could have it be the same fund, but yeah, if you already got some earmarked for a down payment, you don't need more than 6 months. I mean, more's better. Girls got double D's. What about triple D's? Yeah, okay. Would you like to have $10,000 or $12,000? Yeah, sure, $12,000. 2 scoops of ice cream or 3 scoops of ice cream? 3. No one ever had a problem with having more money that they earned. Doc Paradox, $2. Gen X Power, Loathing Luther, Coach month. Nonstop Dre, $5. Cappy's too short to get Down syndrome. Dre, you found your joke book again, have you now? Aubrey, 14 Canadian, going to Texas next week. Any recommendations? Well, it depends where you are. It's not like Rhode Island where you could go to 3 different states in that afternoon. I like Dallas. San Antonio, the boardwalk or the river walk is all right. I don't know. I don't think there's money. I think Texas is just like a big state with a lot of malls, a lot of restaurants. I like Texas, but I've never gone touristing around Texas. That makes any sense? I go shoot guns. I mean, you're in Canada, Aubrey. I go find a machine gun range. Go shoot some guns. Go see what it's like to have some freedom. Doc Paradox, $2. Can't be so short. Webster had to work on Dwarf and Midget. Dre, $2. Did you hear AOC remove pronouns from her profiles? I did not hear that, Dre, and I don't understand that. Me and Jack, I was on Jack Napier's podcast earlier this morning. I don't understand why also now the media is switching right. We need to get a conservative Joe Rogan on our. Why? What are you changing now? Like, that's who you are. Look, I'm being serious. Don't not do what you don't want to do. I guess politicians got to be chameleons and scumbags. But look, if you really think it's important to put pronouns in there because it shows allegiance or you care about a group of people, why would you remove that now? Because Trump got elected. Wouldn't you more stick the finger to him and put super pronouns up? Like, was it all fake and gay this entire time? WizDivision Productions, $5. Cappy's so short he settles for black friends like Dre who haven't watched Die Hard. Wiz, I really do need to increase the quality of my black friends. Now, when I was going through the catalog and I saw Dre, I was impressed with his Marine credentials and the fact he was over 6 feet tall. I did not see that he did not see Die Hard. That was in the fine print. Now, had I known, I went shopping for my token black friend, and I was sifting through the catalog. I would have looked. You could select now on the website myblackfriend.com. You can select, filter, and it's at the bottom. It say must have seen Die Hard. You got to select. That's almost the first thing you select right there, and then that kind of makes the job a lot easier. I don't know everything about it. I know how to shop for a car. It's very similar shopping for a car. Good fuel efficiency, low mileage, set your price range. Same thing with Dre, okay, military experience, over 6 feet tall, saw Die Hard. But you learn, and now you guys will learn from my mistakes. Like, oh yeah, better select. It really makes your job a lot easier because when you select for only people who've seen Die Hard, man, the number of options dwindles real quick, real quick. Couldn't be me. Short kings don't tolerate such caveman behavior. Thanks, Wisdom. Doc Paradox, $2. Cappy's Pavlov trained to look up by saying tall. Yes. Yeah. All right. Thank you for all the kind super chats. Link below is linked to all this shit. By the way, I guess seriously, look, let's say you're corporate executive type, right? And I just described your situation like you were up shit creek because you invited Dracula into your house. You're worried about the wokesies coming in and accusing you of the isms. Or you're like, oh, how do we get rid of the Vikings? How do we get rid of the virus? I have some ideas. Believe it or not, I did do consulting back in the day. I know a financial statement. I was an analyst. I did some, You can hire me at Asshole Consulting. I take, real corporate clients. It happens. Oh, but I charge him. All the money is spent on DI consultants and all the salaries. Yeah. We're going to add that all up and I'm going to be kind. We're going to divide it in half and I want some equity in your firm as well. So contact the treasury, give me some nice stock options or just some outright shares. And then I'll tell you how to save your sinking ship. But you didn't go to Harvard. Oh, the one where they had a plagiarist president and they all cried and they needed dogs and had to cancel the classes because Trump came in and they had a bunch of terrorists promoting the death of a certain state. I can't say it because it probably that'll triggers in those people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why don't you get, what? Why don't you guys hire the real consultants? Anderson Consulting. I think I'm not as good as Anderson Consulting. You guys need to hire those people. They're top notch. The Alpha AK, $5. Did you try turning your black friend off and on again? You two have seen the IT crowd, sir, eh? Now, Dre comes. Now, look, then there's maintenance, okay? That's another thing they don't tell you, okay? Dre has got a lot of maintenance. It's like he's from Edina. He's got a lot of maintenance, and you got to tweak, and then you got to feed him a very special brand of fuel. He's a pain in the ass. Wisda, he sends me silver. All right, now if I had to choose, I know, okay, then Dre sends $1 billion $2 super chats. There's pros and cons to both models. But I'll tell you, boy, that Dre's a pain in the ass. All the maintenance that goes into it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Toodles.